Your parenting plan is a roadmap for your child's future. Don't get it wrong. It's important to make sure that you're getting through the parenting plan and that you have the appropriate information included in that document. That document is really going to dictate how you and the other parent co-parent that child in the foreseeable future. There are several sections of a parenting plan that are really important to have and that are really important to detail the information. The first things we're going to look at in a parenting plan include things like your parenting time schedule, making sure we have exchanges worked out, things as detailed as holiday schedules, vacation schedules, all of those sort of things need to be really clearly outlined in your parenting plan. The second big section of a parenting plan is going to discuss legal decision making. And in that section, we want to talk about how you guys are going to make decisions. What's going to happen in the event that you're unable to jointly make a decision? What sort of things are we going to explore to try to help the parties come to agreements when they're not able to just come to an agreement between the two of them? These are all factors that are going to be put into your parenting plan to ensure that you have smooth sailing with your co-parent in your co-parenting relationship of your children. You might be thinking, who gets the kids on Christmas, mom or dad? Here's some advice on how to navigate these holiday schedules. Holiday schedules can be really tricky. Usually we recommend parties sit down and try to come to agreements. A lot of the time you'll have a situation where maybe one parent typically focuses on Christmas Eve and one parent's family typically focuses on Christmas Day. If you have those situations, I recommend making sure that we lock those things in. If you're not able to be in one of those situations, usually what'll happen is both parties will alternate holidays every other year. So we'll have a situation where party A has Christmas one year and party B has Christmas with the child the next year. These situations can be tricky. Making sure that you have a good parenting plan that details exactly what exchange times and what exchange days you're going to utilize can be really helpful in making sure you don't have controversy when trying to co-parent with your other parent. How do you resolve conflicts pertaining to a parenting time schedule without tearing the parenting plan apart? Here, really, we're going to look to the fine language, the plain language of your parenting plan. So we're going to look to what exactly the parenting plan says and who that time should be delegated to. Now, unfortunately, sometimes your parenting plan may not have been drafted by an attorney, or it just may not have been drafted very well. And in those circumstances, you may need to work with the other side to try to come to agreements. We typically recommend looking at things on a 2-year scale. So if you're arguing over Christmas and who's going to get Christmas this year, remember that whatever application you're going to put to it this year, you also want to put to it next year. Usually that's going to mean the party that gets it this year isn't going to have that holiday next year. This will usually create a more fair way of approaching modifications or looking outside of the terms of your parenting plan. Parenting plans should be very detailed. Parenting plans are an important document that helps you to navigate how you're going to co-parent with the other parent regarding your child. Making sure you have very specific details pertaining to each area of the parenting plan will help to ensure that you don't have disagreements in the future and that you don't have controversy that you're not able to settle by looking at the language of your parenting plan. You might be thinking a flexible parenting plan would be beneficial to you in your situation. Unfortunately, we typically see that it's exactly the opposite. What ends up happening when you have a flexible parenting plan is the parties at some point come to a situation where they're not as amicable as they are right now. And so you'll find a situation where when you entered into the plan, you may have been getting along really well, something may change. Someone may get a new significant other that the other doesn't like, and that may put you in a situation where things get difficult. It's hard to co-parent together. If you don't have specifics in that parenting plan that you can fall back on and that can guide you through co-parenting, it can create a really difficult, really contentious situation, and you often find yourself back in court. Parenting plans can be a very difficult and tricky document in Arizona family law cases. We'd love to talk with you about how we can help and make sure your parenting plan fits your co-parenting relationship.